Hi everyone, welcome back. So I thought today that we would do another page in the Daphne's Diary journal. So I have created a series. There are a number of videos. So please check out the other ones. In those videos, we actually made the diary from a cereal box. And then we started to add some pages. So we've done that page. And we've done a specimen sample. We've done these gorgeous little whimsical images. We've done a pocket with a tag that pulls out. We've created some little sampler pockets, which are so fun, with some hammer beads that were actually in the magazine as a activity. And just another little one with some sequins. It's kind of hard to see with the light. And then we've done the back page, one of the back pages of one of those other gorgeous images. So today I thought we would maybe work on this page, and that we would just do a little pocket. So I'm just gonna. When we made the first page, we cut off the cover. Is it the cover? Must have been issue 4. Just bear with me. Should have had this out. Yeah, it was issue 4, which I don't have a copy of. But so for the front page, the first page that we did, it had this image of this lovely teapot growing a tree or a bush, but it had this image at the bottom, this girl that we cut out. I've cut that out. So I decided for today we would use that image as a pocket. So I just went into my just some cardstock or paper pads, and I found this lovely dotted background that I thought would go good with this image. So we'll just get that down. I'm just using some Elmer's glue. If you use Elmer's glue thinly, it's not going to warp your page, especially as this is kind of thicker scrapbook paper. But if you use a lot of glue, it's going to warp your page. So you want to think of like a glue stick or tape runner. I use tape runner a lot, but sometimes when I'm filming, it just doesn't work out great. So the glue at least gives you a little bit of wiggle worm or wiggle room. Say that 10 times fast. So I've just lined that up along the edge, and there we go. We got our page down. Okay, so I want this to be facing this way, so we'll work on it. This is up and down this way. So this is just going to be a quick, easy one today. So I've cut out the image and pared it down just a little bit. I've put on some score tape just around, a little bit around the 3 sides at the bottom, and this will create our little pocket or tuck spot. And then just going to line it up at the bottom. All right, so then I went through my stash and I found this little card. You are loved. Sometimes we all need a reminder, and for this journal I just want to make it with things that I like to look at, or inspiration for myself. So it's not just one style. I do like the pastels and the crisp images for this diary. I will be starting a junk journal series, but for this one here, I just want it kind of cleaner looking. So I found that, and then I pulled together a bunch of scraps. So I can move some stuff out of the way here in order to make some tags. So I went through the journal and I took out some things that I thought I might like. So some washi tape strips, any kind of little edging like that I think is pretty. I could fussy cut those butterflies. Even where I've cut out the images, for the little lizard and the fish image that I used. There's some lovely patterned background paper, so I know I'll probably already have. We'll use that. These are just the strips that were in one of the magazines, and I cut out cut out the butterflies that were in issue 3, and then I just went around the edges and cut out little images that I thought might come in useful. And then I have a bunch of them already to hand for kind of future projects. Some patterned paper, and then any kind of strips or edging that I used. That's one of those bird activities strips there to make a three-dimensional bird, and just a bunch of strips. So I also have just a bunch of tag bases that I use. So I keep a little container here. This is a Tim Holtz, one of the big tags. It measures 3 1/16 this way or three this way by 6 1/4. I make a vellum template so that if I want an image to go on, say, this size tag, I can lay down my vellum and I can see how it's going to look on my tag. But I make a bunch of these. I've used them all. So I was playing the other day, so I've already made some of that size to go into the Let's Decorate If We Get a Minute box. So we have that size. We have the smaller size tag, and again with the vellum, and then you know, just other sizes. And I just love doing the vellum little template. So I got this stuff out and I cut a bunch of cardstock to that size. I made just a bunch of backgrounds. These backgrounds here, this image, that came from the paper pads, the Daphne's Diary paper pads that I ordered. I have done a video on these, a flip through. If you'd like to see more, just let me know and I'll post that video. But so these ones here came from one of the paper pads that I had. So just starting to put some backgrounds down, and then there's larger tags that I have to work on if I see something to stick on them. But for this one here, I was playing and I made a couple of tags. So I made this large tag. It might be kind of hard to see, but it has a bit of a doily, and then just some layered circles and scallop and a little doily with a little burlap topping. So I thought that would go, and I didn't want it two-dimensional. You can just see some of it sticking out there. The other thing that I do if I'm kind of watching television is I get out my various punches and I just start punching things. So I do like different circles. So I'll take a bunch of scrap paper, and you know, you don't have to spend hours at it, but if you do a little bit every now and again, then you know, you have a little bit of images, shapes that you can just start to layer onto your tags. The other thing I do is I cut, if I'm doing something with material, I cut little strips, and then I throw them in this little container I just got at the dollar store. So if I wanted to do a little cloth pull, or I don't know what you'd call that, your little string, then I have that to hand as well. The other thing that I do, and these I'm just trying to give some kind of helpful hints, is I keep some ribbon on hand. But as I'm working through things and I get little strips, I am a hoarder of paper, so I find it hard to throw even little bits out. So I keep them all because then I can go through them. And, you know, if I'm trying to layer something like for a topper that we did for one of the pages, I can just reach in there and grab those. And then I also go on the computer and I will just make a page of just different sayings, just strips of words and different fonts and different sizes. And then I keep them kind of in here so that I have things to hand if I need them. So, and sometimes I cut them out of magazines. So that's kind of, this here is either from a digital kit or just from a magazine, or I've done them on my labeler. So however, they go in there. I have another little binder full of some stuff too that I can go back to if this starts to get low. But that's just an idea there. So yeah, and then I made these 2 tags. So this one here is some of the patterned paper, just some layered shapes, a little banner, one of those little words, just a little piece of lace and a little button. And I did that more dimensional so that could kind of sit in the front there. And then this little tag is just from some of those cut out florals that I showed you from the edging. Some of that stuff. And this here is just from a piece of washi tape. And then I used my punch and cut out some butterflies, a bit of twine and ribbon for the, I don't even know what's that bit called? The pole, the ribbon, I don't know. So that's a very quick and easy page. So if we go back to our book, I thought that would go good here. I did have the samplers there, but I didn't like it, so I wanted to move it. So we could put this one in here. And I think that works better with that page. Okay, and now that I've got it in, I had made this little flower just out of some punches, and again I just went to my little stash of different shapes, and I have one hearts, circles, and then I have one sort of odd bits and flowers. So I made my little flower, and then just on my Dymo Letra tag, I had printed out, which was just here. I think I dropped it on the floor. We'll just print another one. I had print out enjoy today, because sometimes I forget to enjoy today. I'm looking, what do I need to do tomorrow? What's going on the rest of the week? So I just wanted to remember to enjoy today. So I'm just going to cut that down a little bit, and that should be good. And then I'll just tuck it kind of under there, and I think that would look really sweet. So we'll do that, and then that will complete the page. I cut my fingernail, well, my fingernail broke yesterday, and I had to cut it off right short. So let's just say enjoy today, and then we'll tack this down, a little bit of glue, and then that's that page finished. All right, so when we kind of open it, we'll have, and when I'm all done, I'll be sewing these together, so they won't be flopping and flying out. But until then, it's good just to be able to move things around. Yeah, so that's today's video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you come back to my channel. If you do like it, please hit the like button, and I'd love for you to subscribe. I am a baby channel, so every one of you, I appreciate those who have subscribed, and those that will in future, and that's heartfelt for me, so thank you so much. And until next week, stay safe, be happy, and do what you love. So we'll be back. Bye.